For just the third time in a career marked out by his battles against Pep Guardiola, Mauricio Pochettino seems to have a weapon that can beat him. Barely a year in age, 8 months of managerial experience, and, at one point, just 7 miles of dusty Catalonian highway have separated Pochettino from Guardiola. That in the small matter of 25 trophies. But then Guardiola is the manager who has had over £1 billion invested in his success, the arrival of Riyad Mahrez finally taking his career spending into 10 figures last summer. Even in the 3 years since Guardiola arrived in the Premier League, he has enjoyed a net spend of £371. £75 million at Manchester City. Pochettino's balance during his 4 years at Tottenham is just £43. "35 meters, barely half a goalkeeper in modern money. Yet here they stand toe-to-toe again, in a Champions League quarterfinal. Of course money talks, and it is no surprise that Guardiola is the overwhelming favorite to emerge triumphant. Whether it was Barcelona bullying their provincial neighbours Espanyol, or moneybags Manchester City outclassing spendthrift Spurs in their past 3 meetings, Goliath has simply swept David away. But Pochettino has found that little magic stone. He was responsible for Guardiola's first home defeat as a manager, broke his 100% record in the Premier League, and is now looking to engineer his first cup exit of their quadruplechasing season. The pair came together for Pochettino's first game as a manager. He pitched a high-pressing game against Espanyol's illustrious neighbours and caught Guardiola on the hop, stealing a draw and then a league win at the Nou Camp a month later. Naturally, it was a crack that Guardiola had the resources to cover relatively easily. Subsequent derby meetings between the pair ended with a 13-2 aggregate for Barca. By the time the pair met again in the Premier League, Pochettino had something Guardiola was yet to arm himself with: some Premier League acumen. Tottenham had been dismissed as lacking the mental strength when they surrendered their title challenge to Leicester in an ill-disciplined draw at Stamford Bridge, and the game against City early the following season was Pochettino's first real chance to redeem himself. With Son Heung-Min playing as a false 9 in the absence of Harry Kane, they won 2-0, and if Erik Lamela had not missed a penalty it would have been a thrashing. They were better, Guardiola said. It can happen. We had problems. We have to accept it and learn from that. Spurs finished 8 points above them that season, so City simply pinched their influential right-back Kyle Walker as part of another £200 million outlay. Tottenham, meanwhile, were cast out on the road, while their stadium was rebuilt in a longer-than-expected exile. All the money, it seemed, was being plowed into this brand new weapon, although City are doing their best to play down its impact tonight. "Everybody talks about the stadium like it's something special," said Kevin De Bruyne. Trending: everybody has a stadium. Everybody has supporters. They'll be up for it. But so will we. But at this stage last season, City lost in the most famous European bastion of all, Anfield. "No lessons, we didn't make it beyond the quarterfinals and that's it," De Bruyne said. Different team, different year, different players. But with 3 meetings over the next 10 days, Pochettino may feel he can finally show he is the best.